biggest mistake that men make with women is falling in love. Oh my God. What's going on? It's your boy, My Cunningham, and in today's video, I want to talk about the 6 biggest mistakes that men make with women. The first major mistake that men make with women is following her lead. See, a lot of times when we meet a woman, she's attractive, she becomes the object of our affection. So we have this affinity for her based on her physicality, and we want to have sex with her, and we fit. You know, a lot of times when a guy doesn't have a good amount of game, he realizes, or he thinks to himself, well, I want to make her happy. Right? I want to do whatever is pleasing to her. So let me ask her what she want to do, where she want to go, how she wants it. Does she want this? Does she want that? Let me buy her stuff. Let me give her stuff. Let me ask her what she wants, and let's do whatever she wants to do. Because whatever she wants to do, that'll get me closer to the vagina. That's not good game, man. That is not good game. You understand what I'm saying? That's horrible, 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 horrible game, all right? It's the worst game, because check this out. What you're ultimately doing is you're following that woman's lead. You understand? You're like, hey, so where do you want to go to eat? Hey, what do you want to do today? What would you like to do on the first date? What would you like to do on the second date? What would you like to do on the third date? What guys don't understand is that when they're doing this, when they're trying to follow a woman's lead, you're putting a lot of pressure on this woman. And when you put pressure on a woman to lead, she starts to lose respect. She starts to lose attraction, and she doesn't want to deal with you anymore. Because she realizes you ain't no man. You don't know what you want. You keep asking me what I want. I'm trying to find out about you, the man. I'm trying to see what you're about so I can choose to be with you. That's what she's really wanting. She's like, I'm looking for leadership. But right now, you asking me everything. And this is a huge mistake that most men make, because they think, hey, like I said, it's like, oh, well, I want to get in her pants, so I figure if I be nice to her, I ask her what she wants to do, and I follow her lead. And because the thing is too, that in society they got this narrative that just because women make their own money, just because a woman can go out into the workforce, just because a woman can own her own business, just because a woman can be a boss bitch, it's like guys automatically think that it makes sense to follow a woman's lead, right? And again, women are seeking leadership no matter what they think, no matter what they say. A woman who actually wants to be with a man in a healthy relationship is looking for that man to lead. So once you start to follow a woman's lead, it's a big mistake, all right? Now, the second huge mistake that guys make when they're dealing with women is leading with their wallet, all right? Leading with their wallet. So it kind of speaks to the first mistake, right? Which is letting a woman lead. But see, this is where the guy is always trying. It's like he's trying to buy her. It's like he's trying to buy the vagina. It's like he's trying to buy her sex. Because, you know, in today's society, right, we got OnlyFans, we got all this sex work, we got atmosphere models, we got pay for play. Everything is a gig economy, right? Where you can use an app to rent something for a certain amount of time, and you pay a certain amount of money, or you get a subscription and you pay monthly for this and blah, blah, blah. Just like the badboymembership.com and the masculineidentitymembership.com. It's a monthly subscription. You get what I'm saying? That's the economy that we live in today. But see, here's the thing. You have to be careful with leading with your wallet. You have to be careful with trying to buy a woman's affection, because what you don't realize is that at some point, you're gonna have to ask yourself a real question. Does she like me, or does she like my money? Does she like me, or does she like that I spend on her? Do you understand? Because here's the thing. When we are finding people who we're compatible with, when we're starting off with relationships or starting off the vetting process, you want to keep things simple, right? Because when we keep things simple, it allows room for us to get to know each other at our base level, meaning we get to know each other based on our personality. We get to know each other based on our natural proclivities and inclinations of how we like to do things, places we like to hang out, things that we like to talk about, our compatibility, the way we get along. Things like that, sex even, right? This is why a lot of guys are afraid to do this, but this is why you got to have sex fairly quickly when you're starting a relationship, right? When you're starting a relationship, when you're starting a situation where you're putting a woman into the vetting process to see if she might be good for a long-term relationship, we got to have sex early. We got to see what that sexual compatibility is about. We got to see if it works. We got to see if it fits together. Why? Because sex is the most natural, free, and enjoyable thing that two people can do with each other. Okay? Sex is the one natural and free thing and very enjoyable thing that we can do with each other. It doesn't cost any money to do. It's enjoyable. I mean, it might cost a little bit of money because you better be wearing a condom. You see what I'm saying? Do not forget the condom, all right? Now that might cost a little bit of money, but other than that, sex is basically free. Do you understand? So the thing is, we have to know if we like each other on a natural level that doesn't cost any money. Now, when you establish that you actually like each other without money, then through consistency and time, we can begin to add money and resources to the situation to build a real relationship. That's what it's all about, guys. So leading with your wallet is a huge mistake. Now, the third biggest mistake that men make with women is falling in love. Oh my God. This is huge. See, the thing is, again, when you start a relationship, we get that new relationship energy. We're having sex and the sex is good and we're just getting to know the person and everything is new and we feel all these new feelings and everything like that. We're in what they call the honeymoon phase and all that nonsense, right? Guys allow themselves to fall in love. But let me tell you something. A man should never fall in love. A man should never, ever fall in love. Now, did I say that a man should not love a woman or love the woman he's with or love the woman that he's dealing with? I didn't say that. Okay, but a man should never fall in love, because here's the thing. There's a difference between loving and being in love, right? When we love, as men, we're able to still be objective. We're still able to be fair, and we're still able to have consistency in our game. When we fall in love, or when we allow ourselves to fall in love, that leads to a lot of bad judgment, because now we're doing things based on feeling and emotion. Men should try to do things based on the logic in their mind. And when we create our strategy for relationships, we have to stick to that plan. And sticking to that plan, we can do that based on the love that we have for ourselves first, and then the love that we have to show the other person in the relationship. But when it comes to falling in love, now we start doing things based on feeling. And because we have that new relationship energy and that new feeling, oh my God, I just want to take her everywhere. I want to buy her everything. I want to spend all my time with her. Listen, we can love, but we can't fall in love. As men, we have to be leaders. As men, we have to maintain rules. We have to maintain protocol. We have to maintain our game. We have to maintain the ability to lead and the ability to be objective. Right? See, think about a guy who's in love. When he's out with his woman, he's just staring in her eyes and not noticing anything. He don't notice that there's a fight about to break out over there in the other side of the bar, right? A guy that loves a woman, he's paying attention to his woman, but he's also paying attention to everything around him. Because he knows that because he loves her that much, he knows that her safety is what's important. Not just staring into her eyes or staring at her ass because she looked good and all that stuff and being all googly-eyed and being in love. No, he loves so he's able to still maintain his masculine identity and make sure that he's paying attention to the environment as well as paying attention to his woman. When a man falls in love, he's only paying attention to his woman, and that's a big mistake. All right. So the fourth thing that guys do that's a huge mistake when dealing with women is not having a plan. And this goes back to what I was talking about when I was talking about keeping your game tight. You have to have a plan for how you meet a woman. You have to have a plan for the first date. You have to have a plan for all the subsequent dates. You have to have a plan for when you hit her up to set it up for time for y'all to smash. You have to have a plan for the vetting process. You have to have a plan for when you can give her the title of girlfriend. You have to have a plan for literally everything in how you run your relationships. But first, you have to have a plan for your own life. You have to run your life in a specific type of way. You have to be on point. You have to have your game tight. You understand? A lot of guys, they don't have a plan. That's why it goes back to the first reason where a lot of these dudes is asking a woman, so where do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? How do you want to do this? How should we handle this? How do you want to decorate this? Which car should I get? What should I wear? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, bruh, you should already have a plan for your life and then bring that woman into your life and show her the plan. You get what I'm saying? That's how you get a woman to follow your leadership, because you have a plan. Leaders have a plan, okay? So you have to have a plan for, like I said, the vetting process, dating, a relationship, which brings me to my next point. The number 5 biggest mistake that men make when dealing with women is not having a plan for a family and getting her pregnant without a real plan. All right, I'm gonna say that again. The number 5 biggest mistake that men make dealing with women is not having a real plan for a family. So you start having sex raw and you get her pregnant without a plan. This is a huge mistake, because what it does is it messes with your ability to plan for the future. It messes with your ability to maintain a certain level of finances, a certain level of lifestyle, a certain level of even the vetting process. Sometimes you could be in the early stages of the vetting process, then you fall in love, you deviate from the plan, and then you go ahead and have sex with her without a condom, and then you get her pregnant without a plan. Now, you're probably only in the 2nd month of the vetting process, but because the pussy was so good, and you was like, oh, she's a good girl, let me just start having sex with her raw. Now she's pregnant. Now you're in the 3rd month of the vetting process, the 1st month of pregnancy, and you start to realize, I don't really like this girl like that. We was going through the vetting process, but now she's showing herself to be uncoachable. Now she's showing herself to be disrespectful. Because remember, in the first couple of months, in the first couple of weeks, everything feels good because it's brand new. You're in a honeymoon phase, right? That's why you can't fall in love, because you have to stick to the plan. And just like you have to have a plan for everything else, you got to keep your game tight. You have to have a plan for a family. You have to say to yourself, hey, we've been having sex for fun, but we've been through the vetting process. Now you're my girl. I got plans to make you my wife, and I also want you to be the mother of my children. You have to have a conscious decision for that. And only a man that has a plan, only a man that loves and who's not in love can conduct his plan that way. You understand? So it's very important to have a plan. It's very important to have a plan for your family, and not to be giving away raw dick to women that you haven't fully vetted yet, and you don't even know for sure if you want to be in a long-term relationship. This is a huge mistake, because it kills a lot of possibilities for future plans. Even the future plans you had with that very woman. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. You have to have a plan for your family. Don't go having sex with these chicks raw and getting them pregnant unexpectedly, all right? Now, the number 6 huge mistake that men make when dealing with women is trying to go 50-50. This is like, especially these days, you have a lot of guys that think this type of ideology makes sense. And honestly, man, it is probably the worst idea that you could possibly have. Because here's the thing. 50-50 means that there are 2 leaders on the team. 50-50 means that there are 2 captains on the team. 50-50 means there are 2 captains on the ship. 50-50 means there are 2 leaders. Now, what is the job of a leader? The job of a leader is to maintain the direction. If we have 2 leaders, then we possibly have 2 directions, okay? 50-50 doesn't work, because in every company, we need a boss. And on every team, we need a coach. On every ship, we need a captain. We need one singular person to be in charge so we can maintain the direction. And everybody else involved, the followers, need to trust in the leader and follow the leader. And then the leader needs to maintain consistency, go with the direction, and be of good service to his followers. Do you understand? Now, if it's 50-50, that dynamic doesn't happen. And again, what have I always told you? A woman is looking for leadership. She doesn't want to be in a position where she has 50% responsibility of everything. She doesn't want you to always be looking to her for the answer. She wants to look to you for the answer. So 50-50 doesn't make any sense. Now, what I will say is that depending on the dynamics of personalities and strengths of intelligence between the man and the woman, there are things that the woman might be more suited for, and there's other things that the man might be more suited for, depending on who they are as people. So for example, if you have a woman who she loves math and she studied to be an accountant, you might want to let her run the budget. However, you still have to delegate that duty to her, and you have to check in with her and see how the budget is going, how she did everything, and make sure that you oversee what she did. You understand? But you trust her. You still trust her to run it on a day-by-day basis because she's good with numbers. You understand? But as a man, as the leader, you have to understand who your woman is. You have to understand who you are. You have to say, well, I'm not as good with numbers as she is, so I'm going to delegate the responsibility of budgeting to her. Now, I'm still going to oversee it. I'm still going to take a look at what she did, and I'm still going to have her explain it to me, because I need to know that whatever decisions that she's making with the budget is still conducive to the direction that I chose for this family and for this relationship. But she's the one that's strong with numbers, so I'm going to put her in that position. Do you understand? And that's what leadership is about, right? Understanding strengths and weaknesses and who can create the best possible outcome for the direction of the family, for the direction of the relationship. But that still requires leadership from the man to understand the strengths of his woman and put her in position. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no such thing as 50-50. There is understanding strengths and weaknesses and moving accordingly. But a man should still always be the 100% natural born leader of any marriage, any relationship, any situation between you and a woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all that 50-50 talk is a big mistake. All right. So that has been 6 of the biggest mistakes that men make when it comes to dealing with women. Hope you learned something from this video. Hope you're having a great day. It's your boy, My Cunningham. Always remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.